Jarkir had it all. But then, everything came crashing down. Arrested, imprisoned, released, and back on top, only to land behind bars again. What went wrong? Was it a setup? A tragic downfall? Or was Jarkir always fighting demons he couldn't escape? Stay tuned, because this story is full of twists, betrayals, and shocking turns you won't believe. Born Secretary Alcock on October 11th, 1978, in Hanover Parish, Jackwheel's early years were shaped by adversity. His mother relocated the family to the tough neighborhood of Flancass in Montego Bay, where he grew up under the roof of an abusive stepfather. The hardships of his home life fueled his temper, often leading him into conflicts with neighborhood boys. However, music became his refuge, a means to channel his pent-up emotions. By night, he would slip out of his bedroom window to attend local stage shows, including the annual Breezy's Sunsplash in Montego Bay. It was at these performances that he witnessed legends such as Burning Spear, Black Uhuru, Marcia Griffiths, and the man who would eventually become his mentor, Beres Hammond. By the age of 11, Jackwheel had set his sights on joining this esteemed league of musicians. His natural talent for singing was undeniable, and after winning a local talent contest, he left home at 14, determined to carve out a career in Kingston. Settling in the Papine area, he initially performed under the name Little Melody. It wasn't long before his raw talent caught the attention of the David House crew, led by reggae icon Capleton. Recognizing his potential, Capleton gave him a new stage name, Jarkir, and soon, his reputation as a rising star spread through the music circles of Kingston. During this time, he formed a close friendship with a fellow young artist, Miguel Orlando Collins, better known as Sizzla Kalonji. Their bond extended beyond music, as Sizzla played a key role in introducing Jarkir to the Rastafarian faith. By 1997, Sizzla had secured a deal with Exterminator Records and was making waves in the industry. The two collaborated on the track King in This Jungle, which became Jarkir's breakout hit. Produced by Lovers rock legend Beres Hammond under the Harmony House label, the song showcased Jarkir's raw talent and cemented his place in the reggae scene. Under Hammond's mentorship, Jarkir flourished. He began working with renowned labels such as Exterminator and Greensleeves, and by 1998, was accompanying Hammond on international tours across Europe and the Caribbean. At just 20 years old, he was one of the fastest rising stars in Jamaica. But just as his career was reaching new heights, a shocking turn of events would change everything. In November of that year, a woman named Susan Ferguson, along with her aunt and a male companion, was abducted outside the Flamingo nightclub in Montego Bay. The victims were subjected to a terrible ordeal involving robbery and assault. Days later, Jarkir was stopped at a police checkpoint, and upon hearing his voice, Susan Ferguson identified him as one of the perpetrators. Although she did not visually confirm his identity, her recognition of his voice was enough to lead to his arrest. Despite maintaining his innocence and vehemently denying the charges, he was convicted in April 1999 and sentenced to 15 years for robbery and assault. He was sent to St. Catherine Adult Correctional Center, where he would serve time for the crimes. After 5 years behind bars, an unexpected opportunity emerged. He was transferred to Tower Street Correctional Center, which housed a digital recording studio. Under a rehabilitation program initiated by a senior prison official, Jarkir was given the chance to record music once again. Drawing from his experiences, he poured his soul into his recordings, creating songs that resonated with fans worldwide. Despite being imprisoned, his music continued to top the charts, proving that even behind bars, his talent remained unstoppable. Jarkir carved his name into reggae history as the first artist to achieve back-to-back #1 hits while incarcerated. In 2004, he dominated Jamaica's airwaves with True Reflections, a deeply introspective track penned by a prison warden, and Longing For, a song that resonated across international borders. As his music gained momentum, a growing movement began advocating for his release. This persistent campaign bore fruit, and on July 28, 2007, after serving 8 years, Jarkir walked out of prison a free man. Upon his release, He declared his only mission in life was to spread love, peace, and healing through his music. Shortly after regaining his freedom, Jarkir made a triumphant return to the stage, headlining a sold-out concert at Toloni Stadium. His comeback album, True Reflections, A New Beginning, signaled his re-emergence in the industry. He embarked on an international tour, performing to sold-out crowds across Europe and the Caribbean, solidifying his place as one of the era's most dominant reggae artists. Single after single, album after album, he continued topping the charts. For years after his release, life seemed to be getting even better. In 2011, he married television host and producer Camilla McDonald, and the following year, the couple welcomed their daughter. His success reached new heights in 2015 when his album The Cure was nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Reggae Album. Although he lost to Morgan Heritage, the nomination affirmed his status among the reggae greats. However, as the saying goes, sustaining success is often more challenging than achieving it. Despite overcoming the odds to reclaim his career, cracks soon appeared in his personal life. In 2015, after just 4 years of marriage, Camilla McDonald filed for divorce, citing allegations of domestic abuse. Following the separation, Jarkir's troubles began mounting. He found himself entangled in ongoing legal issues and public feuds with fellow artists, most notably Beenie Man and Popcaan. His conflict with Popcaan reportedly stemmed from a dispute over a woman, escalating to a physical altercation where both allegedly brandished weapons. As his behavior became increasingly erratic, his public image took a hit. A leaked voice note captured him disrespecting DJs and sound crews, further damaging his reputation. Then, in December 2020, a shocking video surfaced showing him engaged in a heated verbal and physical altercation with 2 women who had refused his advances. His erratic social media activity, filled with boasts about his wealth and success, only added to concerns about his downward spiral. Yet, despite his controversies, Jarkir's raw talent kept him in high demand. He continued selling out stadiums and concert venues worldwide, proving his enduring influence in the reggae industry. However, his luck ran out on October 1st, 2021, in the most dramatic and unfortunate way. While in Amsterdam for a performance, Jarkir became embroiled in a dispute with Jamaican-born producer Nicolo Blake, known as Papa. The conflict arose after the show when Papa allegedly refused to pay Jarkir the agreed-upon performance fee of €5,000. In a moment of anger, Jarkir sent a voice note threatening retaliation, stating he would confront Papa at Dam Square. The situation escalated, culminating in Jarkir injuring the producer in the stomach with a sharp object. Arrested and charged with attempted manslaughter, Jarkir faced the full force of the law. In March 2022, he was sentenced to 6 years in prison. At the time of his conviction, he had just completed work on his album Undeniable, which was later released in February 2023. Despite being behind bars, he remained connected to his fans, granting an interview in which he expressed remorse, assured supporters that he remained in good spirits, and promised to share his side of the story. Now facing another prolonged incarceration, Jarkir is set to be released around his 50th birthday, unless he is granted early parole. Over the years, he has openly admitted to struggling with anger issues, which, when viewed through the lens of his troubled childhood, paints a picture of deep-seated struggles. While his past actions cannot be excused, understanding the roots of his turmoil offers a broader perspective on his life trajectory. Jarkir defied the odds once before, rising from the depths of prison to become one of the greatest reggae artists of his time. As he serves his sentence once more, one can only hope that this chapter will end in redemption rather than ruin. If history is any indication, another remarkable comeback may still be in store. Jarkir's life is proof that talent alone isn't enough. Demons from the past have a way of catching up. He's defied the odds before, but can he do it again? Will this be his final downfall? Or is another legendary comeback on the horizon? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you love uncovering the real stories behind music's most controversial stars, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in, because there's so much more to uncover